All right. Just as far as your conditioning, I heard you say something about it's the best sled work you've seen in a while. Just how have you seen these guys grow as far as their bodies and conditioning?
Well, I think the strength and conditioning staff was fabulous all summer. There's a tremendous um, energy and strength to these guys. And you know what I was saying is the way we attacked the sled today and ran it, we attacked it like it was guys that are straining to get better. And that's what I meant by that statement. And I'll stand by it. I thought it was an excellent drill for us.
All right, and just overall, have you seen them get better as far as like their conditioning and being able to hold on and practice and stamina and stuff like that?
Through 3 days, yeah, and I expected good conditioning today, just considering we had yesterday off with the media day. You know, we'll start to see that when it comes to days 4, 5, and 6 in a row, as opposed to 2, then a day off, and then 1. I kind of expected fresh legs today, and we had fresh legs. So tomorrow I'm expecting fresh legs too, but what will day 3 look like? And that's what we got to continue to fight. But they're prepared, the players are prepared for practice. They've worked hard.
All right, and just with your man from Sweden, just how have you seen him grow up to now?
David is, he's one of the guys. He's basically a year ago he shows up and he's from another country, and now he's from Indiana, and he knows everything. He's been around everything, and he's more comfortable. He has an understanding. There's verbal, there's nonverbal communication with him. Everything about David has grown, and it should because he's been here now, and so it's exciting to see him, and we're looking for future and continued development out of him as well.
Right. Coming out here day one with the experience that you guys had, how were you able to start maybe differently than you have the last couple of days?
Well, we were able to start on step 2, and we didn't have to learn as much about what to do as more about how to do it better. And I think that that's where we have got to continue to make experience an advantage for us, is how to do what we do better.
You hear about chemistry. Why does that matter for your group?
Well, because we talk about things about seeing the game through one set of eyes. There's 5 of us, but the 5 of us have to make a fist, and can't be individuals. And being able to have chemistry and understanding. We talk about trust. We talk about having trust in the guy next to you and feeling his trust in you. We talk about, the guy next to you knowing that you're going to do your job. It makes it easier for him to do his. And those are the things that matter to us, is being able to do your job and do it where the guy next to you can do his, so that he's not worried about you. He's worried about him, and you're not worried about him, and you're worried about you. And it works for us, and that's chemistry. Chemistry is being able to move pieces around, and they still trust each other. Chemistry is being able to, communicate verbally and non-verbally and understand each other. And, that's what we have, but at what level? We need it even more. We need it even better. We need it even higher, and we're going to keep growing there. I promise you.
With your young kids and trying to develop that, what's the expectation level when they start catching on to that chemistry?
I never put a speed on it. That's individual. There's individual learning. If I put a speed on it, I wanted it yesterday. And the reality of that is that's not going to happen. So to me, when they're ready to help this team win a Big Ten football game, then they'll have it. And we're going to push them. We're going to pull them. We're going to, what's that thing? Taser them, whatever it takes. to get them going. We're not going to leave anybody behind. We're gonna, but they got to get us at the same time. This is not the No Child Left Behind Act. I mean, we have to go, and they have to go with us.
And you feel like you're on a upward trend here. So I mean, you're moving forward, and
We're moving forward.
You need them to move at that same speed. Can they move at that same speed?
Well, they better. I mean, we're going, and that comes into then great leadership from the upperclassmen, who turn around and pass the expectation down, who turn around when I'm working with this group, and they're back there saying, "See, this is what boom, boom, boom," and you can hear that in the back of your head, or and see it. The guy gets up there, and they say, "No, no," and they correct each other. That's where that bringing along comes from. But our pace is not the young guys' pace. Our pace is the upperclassmen's pace, and they got to get us.
How good can this group be?
Well, we'll find out. We know what our goals are. We know what we're striving for, and we're going to work for that every day. That's what I do know.
What are some of those goals?
Well, we want to be the most physical group in the Big Ten. We want to be able to control the game when we have to be one-dimensional. Meaning we got to be better run blockers when they know we've got to run it. We got to be better pass blockers when they know we've got to pass it. So we've got to be better in that regard. We showed a propensity to be able to run block and be able to pass block last year, and we got to do it better now when a stadium full of people know what we're going to do. And when we get to that level, I think we'll be pretty good. But that's our strive, that's our goal. Lead this team to the Rose Bowl.
Jordan Roos is a guy who looks. We've heard that he made maybe more he transformed his body maybe more than anybody on this team, and you can see it too. I mean, it seems like anything that you tell this kid that he can't do, not you, but that
One tells him.
Yes, that he'll come and just attack and try to prove people wrong. I mean, is that what makes this kid pretty good?
Jordan's a guy that's so much fun to coach because it matters so much to him, and you correct him, and it marinates and it sits on him there, and he really wants to fix something. He's a pleaser in the most positive sense of the way, and he may not be able to fix something today, but if you give him time, he'll fix it. I think there's been steady progress in his growth and in his game, and obviously in his body throughout this time. He was always a strong, but then he turned strength and he's trying to turn into power by playing faster, running his feet. Those type of things that make a great lineman. He's got tremendous energy because he's in better shape. He's still big, but he's lean. Mm-hmm. And it's exciting for him. I think that great work ethic breeds confidence. And to watch him play right now is a guy that has confidence because he knows he's prepared himself.
Mm-hmm. The right side of the line was something that I guess was kind of still in flux coming into camp. And I know you say everybody's an offensive lineman and they're not specific guys, but the right tackle spot especially, I mean, maybe if Jordan...
Well, we'll have a starting five for Marshall, and that's 25, 30 days away.
Yeah.
And so the way I look at it, everybody's in flux. When Coach Hazel presents you with a depth chart for the Marshall game, I think we'll start to get out of flux. Mm-hmm. We're gonna work to push guys through. We have experience on the right side. We have experience on the left side, and we got young guys that are hungry to get in that lineup too. And that's what's making guys get better. Competition makes everybody better. And I don't pay attention to depth charts. I pay attention to practice. And so that I don't care what play we call. I care about how we block it. Mm-hmm. And when we can get these guys, whoever these guys are, executing to that level of being a Rose Bowl team, then we'll be all right.
How's Sermon looked early on?
Well, it's been 1 day in pads. It's been day 3, 2 days in just underwear, and 1 day in pads, and and I am it's great to have him back because he's smart. But he missed a lot of spraying, And there's a lot of growth that went on with this group in spring and talking about, you know, bringing people along. Well, he's got to catch up to us, you know, and you know, there's a great example of not just a young guy that's got to catch up to us, but an upperclassman that's got to catch up to us. And you know, he's going to work at it. It's important to him. You know, it matters. You know, he's you know, smart, tough, athletic guy that's just got to keep fighting to get up to it. But you know, I have confidence that Cameron will, you know, end up where we need him to end up.
Same with JJ, he has to catch up too.
Absolutely. You know, and JJ's got to catch up even more because at least Cam's got 3 practices in right now, and you know, JJ's still fighting through some things.
Thanks, Jim.